Hey everybody, welcome to Fishing Planet. My name is Lady and this is the second vid that I am going to do about Fishing Planet 2017. We recently had a patch and it was number 0.7.2 and it significantly changed the game, so I decided to redo all my videos. In this video I'm going to talk to you guys about the interface of the game, where you can find everything, basically what most of the stuff will mean. So without further ado, let's get started. So here we have the overall map that you start at. This is the world. So currently we only have fishing waterways, I should say not fishing ways but waterways in America and in Canada. We've got two in Canada. We've got White Moose and we've got Canny Creek, and then we've got a whole bunch in America itself. So, but we start in Lone Star Lake and we will stay here for the time being as well. Here you can see all the other lakes, and then you can see that they are grayed out currently and they have a lock on it, meaning that we need to unlock it. And the number in the circle means at which level the lake will unlock. But before we go about all this other stuff, let's first go to here, because here we can change the game settings in the way that you like and you prefer. So here you can set the language of the game. Under game settings, click on game. The language, you can choose English. I believe this is Polish, German, French. Oh no, that one is Russian then, my bad. French, Polish, no idea what that is. Spanish. Also in the making is Portuguese and Dutch, by the way. Those are coming up. Currently it's the 22nd of January, by the way, so you guys know when this vid was made. You have the opportunity to show the 3D characters, so you can put it on or off. Let me make sure I keep that one on English. There we go. Units, I should say metric or imperial system. And here we get something that we have in game. So you can use a simple bar that would only show there. That has the tension on real rod and line, or you can opt for the pro version. I prefer this one. And you'll get a bar for each of the three parameters. Later on I'll explain this a bit further. Then bubble size, if you want small, medium or big. You can put hints on or off and tutorial slides on or off. And once you've set this, you hit the apply button. Mouse, so your sensitivity, y-axis and mouse wheel. You can set to real speed or drag setting. I prefer real speed. Key mapping, and this of course speaks for itself, which keys you would like to use during the game. Controller, if you have a controller that you hook up on your PC, you can see here if you prefer left or right handed, and vibration and all that kind of stuff. Video, here we go. So I was able to change the settings in here. My previous vid I could only choose between simple, fast and fastest. I went with fastest then. Currently will choose good for the time being. Anti-aliasing, off or on. Dynamic water, you can put it on low, high or off, I believe. Yeah. VSync, SSAO and full screen, all that kind of stuff. Audio, yeah, let's adjust the volume, by the way. Hit apply right away. There we got the lovely background tune. Maybe it's a bit too hard. Let's on 20. Let's go with 20. Okay, there we go. Music volume and environment, so splashes of fish jumping out of the water, all that kind of stuff is environmental. Profile, here you can change username, you'll see the email that you used, and 3D appearance. If you want to change your 3D avatar, you can click on that. And then here, of course, you select the gender, then you can opt for faces. Change hair if you like, and change the color of pants. Like I said in my previous video, as the game progresses in this year, we'll most likely see a wider variety of choices. Currently we're down to 3 though. Credits, that is empty for the time being, and quit is when you need to leave the game. So this is where you find the quit button to quit the game. Later on I'll explain why that is so important. Okay, so let's go to that one. That one is tutorials. You'll also have them in forms of slides. They'll pop up in game the moment that, for instance, first time you go to inventory. We had that during the tutorial when we went to the shop. And you can just click on this and it will explain everything that you need to know. So bears floating, for instance, we've not unlocked that one yet, so we can't open it. But here, for instance, we've got the trophy crappie, and here it will show some more info about it. I see, by the way, that this is still the old the old interface, but no worries, I'll explain all that kind of stuff later. Here, if you look on that one, you got to see the free two folks, and it says friends. So here you have to enter a username or an email. Let's enter the lady, that is me. Hit the search button, and there we go. So we've got the lady and the lady Twitch. We also have the lady tamer. That, by the way, is not me. I'm very interested in whoever this player is, because he just joined the game. And I've got a feeling that this player is familiar with me already. You can just hit this button, request a friendship, and then the moment the other player has accepted it, you'll see that person popped up here. So yeah, like I said, this is my main account, the lady, and then I've got the lady.twitch, which is the one that I use during streaming. And then the account that I'm currently playing on is the lady.youtube, and that one of course I use for making YouTube videos. So those are my free accounts. If you want to befriend me, by all means go ahead. On the lady.youtube, however, if you do befriend me and you see me pop up, most of the time I will be making videos, so then I have no time to talk to you guys in game. So I rather would suggest to you to either add me on the lady or add me on the lady.twitch. Alright, having said enough about that. Going on, if you click on this one, here it will state your name. Here is your progression, your XP bar. So when it's filled up completely in white, you will get to the next level. Here it states the level, the star is number 2. The coins expressed here means bait coins, which are premium currency in the game. And then you've got a bundle of money, and that is actually the in-game credits. That is the common currency that we are using. If you click on it, it will show profile. So far I will not show a picture. This will be implemented later on, I'm definitely sure. You can change the 3D appearance here as well. Click on it. Here you see when the players start to play the game, how many days they are in game, how much XP you need until you reach the next level, how much fish you've caught, how much of those, or how many of those were commons, how many of those were trophies and unique fish. Here we've got competitions. I'll explain that later on in the game as well. Here's the fish that we've caught during the tutorial. So we got a trophy white crappie, and you can see on what type of bait we caught it on as well. So these are the 4 fishes that we had during first step. And then here we have a list of achievements. Now you can scroll down there quite a lot, but for instance, if we go to, let's pick out fun. Those are all about competitions. Pike Conqueror. If you hover over with your mouse on it, it says next level 250. We have to catch 250 pike. Now it does state that the reward is zero in leveling. That is not entirely true. You will get some money for it. You will actually get, for the first level of an achievement, you will get 1 bait coin. For the second one you will get 2 bait coins, and for the third one, depending on how hard the achievement is, you will either get 3 bait coins or you will get 5 bait coins. And then from time to time you also might get a fancy stuff from the X series, which you can only obtain through achievements and through winning competitions. You cannot get it otherwise in game. But I will talk more about that. Just to hover over some, for instance here, Bass Guru, we've got to catch 250 bass. Excuse me. Devoted, spent 5 days fishing consistently. And for instance, unique gainer, you have to catch 10 unique fish. And so on and so forth. So you can see what you need to do for that achievement, and once you've unlocked the achievement or fulfilled it, and you'll get the reward for it. Okay, here you can buy premium. Premium, of course, is the premium currency and XP that you can get in game. You get a pop-up here with a slide that will explain everything to you. You can always look it back by clicking on the question mark there. So here we can get premium account. With a premium account, what you get is experience increased by 50%. So that is quite nice. Here we see that the 3-day and 7-day are currently 30% off. You can also purchase money, that is Bitcoin, as it says here. And then you can get palm passes. Now what a palm pass does, but this is a new feature in the game. What it does is, for instance, if you are, say, level 12 and you want to go to Florida, but Florida only unlocks at level 18. A palm pass to Florida would actually give you the opportunity to go to Florida, even though you've not unlocked it. So you can go to Florida instantly and fish there. You also won't need to purchase a license. I'll get to licenses, by the way, also in one of the new movies that will be after this one, because licenses are quite important, but you will not have to purchase an additional license. You will already get the license. You will also have access to the premium tackle in the game store that meets the level requirements for that state. So for instance, you're level 12, Florida unlocks at level 18. You'll also get the premium tackle in the store that meets level 18 in this particular case. Okay, going on. I'll explain map later, because that is the biggest one that I do need to explain. Leaderboard, though. Here we go. So here we have the worldwide leaderboard stated on global at the moment. Here you can see the name of the player, the level that they are, current experience, how many fish they've caught, how many trophies those were, and how many unique. You can select it on weekly experience, fish, trophies, and uniques. For instance, if you click on uniques, you see that this player is actually the number 1 in it. Now we've got competitions in this game. Here you'll see who the top is, how they're doing. You can check on fish. For instance, we want to see who caught the biggest trout in every place, and that will be Alexander 40 Rush. At the moment he caught a unique lake trout of 22.748 kilograms, and he caught it in White Moose Lake. Now if you want to know the trout in, say, Colorado, that is Rocky Lake. I'll click on Rocky Lake, and here it says 12 Leon 3, he caught a unique cutthroat trout 2.1 kilograms, and it was in Rocky Lake. These get reset every 7 days. So every 7 days you'll see a different person up, except for the global, but here on fish it does. And then here you can see, if you click on my fish, what your current records are, as in personal best of trophies that I caught, and then the other fish and their weight, their length, and where you caught it, and at what level. Events. I will do a completely a video about events in total, but we'll just go through it quickly in this video. So here you see what events or competitions are planned. So we got trout. This one already says amateurs in between. Then we got San Joaquin Extravaganza, Bass Challenge, Top Notch Walleye, Lucky Spot, and Old Buck. If we, for instance, click on Bass Challenge, here you will see the information of it, where it is, when the registration time opens, when the competition actually starts, how much time you have for the competition, and then here are some rules and restrictions. Now if you scroll down, You can see weather forecast. If there are any preconditions, for instance, this one has a minimum level of 18, so we can't compete in this one because I'm level 2. Your entry fee and what the price will be. Here, for instance, we already see the X series spinnerbait that the top 3 will earn. Again, some money, and this one starts in 5 hours, 10 minutes and 37 seconds. And then you click on rankings. Now, if you've got a competition that is already going on, this one will show you who the current top 10 is, and criteria 1 and criteria 2 for a set challenge. Let's see, criteria here, I believe. Hunt for largemouth bass with your favorite spinning tackle to land the 5 largest specimen in your keep net. So here the winner is determined by the total weight of 5 largest largemouth bass in their keep net at the end of the competition. And then the secondary score, which we saw here, criteria 2, is based on the biggest single bass caught. So for instance, if we got a tie between 2 players, then the winner will be determined by the second criteria. Amateurs, that was something that I mentioned earlier. Amateurs are actually competitions for lower levels. So here you can see that you need to have a minimum level of 14 and a maximum level of 24. Now, if you are level 14, you would see another green V in front of it. I currently do not meet these requirements. But yeah, so this has to do with having it better balanced. Because prior to this update, we saw that even on competitions that were held in lower level areas, there was quite a lot of high level that kept on winning the competition simply because they had access to better gear that the lower levels did not have. So this makes it more even for players between level 14 and level 24 to have a shot at winning this competition instead to the non-amateur competition. Okay, so here we get an overview of all the competitions that there are. So here it says registration open, that one has finished. And then tournaments. Currently we have the semi-final that has finished and the final has finished as well, it says. Okay. So yeah, we've got Golden Catch 1. He just won the tournament final. Awesome, congratulations to you, mate. Once in a while we have tournaments, so they are for real life money at the moment. And for instance here, you can see prize fund. Also, they get some nice stuff. But also the winner of the tournament was receiving a nice real life money check. And numbers 2 and 3 were paid with real life money as well, next to, of course, getting some awesome gear and some in-game money as well. Alright, so but that is for tournaments. They're always announced also on the forums of Steam or Fishing Planet, so have a look on that one. But that is so much about the events for the time being. Shop, now this is quite something that you need to know about it. So we've got rods, reels, lines, tools and equipment, terminal tackle, lures, baits, licenses, and then premium shop. And you also have the opportunity to convert bait coins. Bait coins were the premium currency. If you lack money, you can convert your bait coins into common credits. So just hit that button, say what you want, and then you get your new thing. For instance, so this one says 100. Alright, well, let's start with rods and reels. So you can just click on it and then you get the entire menu. But you can also, if you want to go after a specific rod, for instance match rods, you click on match rods and you get an overview of all the match rods available. We'll stick with everything there. I'll quickly go to there. So here we are. I'll also be doing a video about the shop, in particular also about how to set up a well-balanced a rod and a reel and line. But here it says all the rods. Now you do see, for instance, if you click here on the Telefloat 450, you do see this those 4 squares that 2 of them are green and 2 of them are white. So here you have the bigger one. This small symbol indicates that it is a spinning rod. It only has 1 crank. This one indicates that it has a bobber, so it is for float fishing. This one indicates a crank or a casting rod, and this one is actually a lure. So for instance, this is a Telefloat 450 is a float setup, so you need bait, live bait, to put on your hook. Now if we for instance click on the value cast, you can see that the icons change. Now this lure icon has increased or has turned green, and also the crank reel. Now for instance, if we go to reels, we have spinning and casting. So spinning reels are these sort of upside down 7s, and casting reels, you can see they have these 2 cranks, these 2 handles on them. So that is a difference. So if you have purchased a spinning rod, you cannot put a casting reel on it. That is something that you need to keep in mind. Alright, so then it has lines, and we've got 3 sorts of line. We've got monofilament, we've got fluoro line, which is nearly invisible in water, and then we've got braided. Braided line is actually monofilament braided into a thicker form of line, but it also makes it more visible for the fish. And they've got different strengths. For instance, this one has a test of 1.8 kilogram. That means that it can handle fish up to 1.8 kilogram. If your fish is heavier, then it will be harder to reel it in. Or if it's too heavy, you can actually break the line. But more about that later on as well. Tools and equipment. So here we got all the stuff that we need to bring with us to store stuff in it. We've got some fireworks at the moment due to January, due to the new year. Fish hut. So you got 2 types of fish keepers, fish huts and stringers. Here we see the huts, and for instance here we see a stringer. And this will determine how much fish we can catch and how much fish we can take home with us. Then we've got some vests, we've got rod bags. Let's see, we've got tackle pockets or tackle bags with us as well, and I believe that is that. Yeah, these are all tackle stuff, rod stuff, and vests. Later on we'll get other stuff added to this as well. But that is it for now. Now as you progress on level, for instance here we see the V gaze. You see a star with 23 standing to it, next to it. That means that this one unlocks at level 23. Here it shows the name of the item, and here it shows the price. So this one is 7,550 credits. Now if we check the fish cabin, and plus that one is 150 bait coins. If you want to purchase it, click on it, click on the buy button. Currently it is grey out for me because I am only level 2. For instance, if we go back, we already purchased that one, but if we click on buy, actually let's purchase this one. We hit the buy button, and there we go, you have purchased Fish Hut S item placed in home storage. Cool. Terminal tackle, so that has everything to do with float fishing, hooks and bobbers, and also some barbless hooks that we have in-game as well. So you got a oval bobber, you got a chubby one, and then you've got the slim one. And of course they have different buoyancies. Lures. Now these are quite a lot, 37 pages, and they're all about every type of lure that you can use. So it's casting spoons, it's jigs, bass jigs, it's jig heads, it's stuff that you put on the jig head, for instance a shad. Now we click a bit further, we've got spinners, we've got nano spinners. If we move a bit further, you've got nano spoons as well. Some more, we've got nymphs that go onto jig heads, casting spoons, medium spoons, crankbaits is what is also available there. Spinner baits is what we have. Then we have, let's see, where are they? A spinnerbait right there, and I am looking for, those are nano spoons, but was looking for single. Let's see, 33, 34. There we go. Bullet spinners is something that we have as well in lures. And then we've got single spoons too. So as you guys can see, quite a lot of lures already. And of course all of those have their specifics. Here we see our live bait, so to say, or the stuff that you put on your hook when you're float fishing. So we've got bread and redworms and cheese and pet food and grasshoppers, all that kind of stuff. Large cut bait, dragonflies, peas, spawn sacks, you name it, they have it. And then licenses. And like I said earlier on, I will do a vid especially about licenses. But here you can see, for instance, if we go to Texas, you have a basic license. You already start with this one, by the way. When you start playing the game, you get an unlimited basic license, but there are some things here that you need to be aware of. So with every basic license, that is, you get to cap some fish, but not all of the fish. If you do keep fish that are supposed to be released, you will get fined. And trust me, you do not want to pay that fine when you get one. So here it says that you have to release the trophy radius sunfish, the spotted bass, the common one and the trophy one, and then the bluegill, also the common one and the trophy one. So if you were to catch a trophy spotted bass, we would have to release it. Otherwise you would get fined. Now if you do want to keep those, what you need to do is get an advanced license. And here it says no restrictions. So click on that. And these, by the way, are set in real life time. So here it already says license duration 1 day, and it has a star behind it. License duration implies real time. So if I am to purchase this one, currently it is 10 PM in the evening. If I purchase this 1 day license, it will last until tomorrow 10 PM in the evening, my time, real life. So it means you've got 24 hours before this license expires, 24 real life hours. And this is 3 days, and then you got a week, a month, and unlimited as well. Alright, so that is the shop. Let's go to inventory. Now here you see the license. So we got the basic advanced license. You got an eye there. We'll show you some info about it. Your home storage, excuse me, and everything that you cannot put in your backpack gets stored in your home storage. So that currently only is this fish hook that we just purchased. But for instance, if I take my rod and put it in there, you'll see that it will drop the stuff in there, and that one, for instance, as well. And then in the backpack, this is actually the stuff that you take with you to the lake. So if you want to bring stuff with you towards the lake, make sure that you take it out from home storage. So for instance, this 1.5 kilogram, here this line, and that you click and drag it onto the backpack. And right now it says backpack full. So if you click on backpack, we'll check here and the bottom. So this one shows the amount of reels that we can bring. This one shows the amount of line that you can bring. And this one shows the amount of lure and bait, tackle that you can bring with you. So it shows that we're full on the line. So we'll drop the line in there. Now if you go back to home, you take the line, you drag it to a backpack, and there it goes. It's inserted itself into the backpack. So that is what you need to be aware of if you want to go out fishing. Make sure you've got all the stuff that you need with you, that you put those in your backpack. This icon gives you the list of all that you have. This one is rods and reels, that is line, that is terminal tackle, live bait. This one is jig heads and lures. That one is crankbaits, I don't have them currently. So that is why you get nothing to show. This one is bass jigs. That one is spinner and spoons. That one is actually end gear, like outfit and tools. And this one is garage, but currently we do not have anything in game that would go into the garage icon. I certainly do hope that we will get it by at least the end of the year. Some stuff. Now if we go here and we equip that one and that one. We quickly go to the backpack and put the reel on it with the line. Can double click by the way as well, and we click here on details. It will give you an overview of what you have, also with the capacity that it has, at least for the rod and the reel. So for instance here, tidal flow, you can see that it has the length of the durability of it, the length, the line weight, this will later on be very important, the action, how much pieces it has, and how many guides. And here with the reel it shows durability, rotation, ratio, recovery, capacity, and max drag. Now for instance here online you will state the length and the test, diameter, and the color. So, and this is your line again. Here it says the type of bobber, the hook, what your bait is, and what kind of keep net we have. So that will all show. Now if you do want to go out on fishing, during the tutorial we noticed that you could press O and you could press P to change the line of the leader. On the line. You can also do it by just click and dragging. So this is set in metric. So this is 10 centimeters and max is 250. You can put it anywhere in between. So we had it set on 50. So you can just do it like this. You can also click the arrows there, and that will do. Now if you've got a rod bag that can hold more than one rod, here it will show rod 1, and next to it will show rod 2. What you need to do is click on that icon, then you'll get the setup that you have in rod 2, and then 3, 4, 5, depending on how many rods you can put in your rod bag. Okay, finally the map. So here we are. So I clicked on Lone Star Lake, Texas. We're not there yet, we're still on the world map. But what you can do is click on these white triangles and you get some more info. So here you see level 1. You can see how many players there currently are. You got some info about the lake itself. You can see if there are competitions and tournaments going on. For instance, Mudwater, I believe. No, does not have competition at the moment. The Heron, also not showing. Crunchkin, no. Okay, maybe this is off. That I still need to fix it, but you will get info later on about tournaments, competitions. Can click it away. Then weather forecast. Here we go. So here it shows. This is day 1. That is day 2. Day 3. Day 4. Day 5. And here you see cloud, 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 sun, semi-cloud. We've got that, and then we also got rain. Why is it not showing on Emerald Lake? Normally we have rain in Emerald Lake. Alright, you can click it out, and then here you will see what the day will be like. This indicates peak hour, so that yellowish color, and you can see the line go up as well. And so the higher it is, the more the fish are active, and the lower it is, the less active the fish will be. And you get some info here as well. This is your barometer, that will show the air pressure, and if it's very high, it means that there's a lot of pressure going on in the atmosphere right now. It means also that fish are less likely to bite, and they're more prone to stick towards the bottom. Then, for instance, on a not full pressure day, we even got low pressure. It's not showing on these days right now, but yeah, so you get some inkling as to when the best fish times are. If you click on fish species like this, you can see, let's go back to Lone Star Lake. You can see what type of fish there are, and you can also see some info about it and what their preferred baits and lures are. So here we got a blacktail shiner. Underneath it says common. It means that only the common version of the blacktail shiner can be caught here in Texas Lone Star Lake. For instance, there's the bluegill, you can also catch a trophy one. Catfish, you can only catch the young one, not a common, so only the young one. Commons are also sometimes referred to as adults, by the way. If we click here on bluegill, you can see that it has a couple of preferred baits and preferred lures. These are not the only ones that will work. There's just a list of a couple of baits and lures that do work. There are more though. For instance, flies. They're not mentioned here, but flies work for bluegill as well. They work actually pretty good. But this is just a little help to give you some inkling on what to use when you want to go after this particular fish. And we can scroll down. For instance, here we've got a grass pickerel, and you see that it will go after small minnows, large minnows, casting spoons and shad. And smallmouth buffalo, you'll see here as well, that it will go after some things. Or spotted bass, that one will like natural eggs, for instance, too. Okay. Now if you click on license, I already talked a bit about advanced license. Here you see that we have the unlimited, it's stated in green, but we do not have the advanced, that is why it's stated in red. And you can see it here as well, green for unlimited, red that we do not have it. And then you can click on buy licenses and you will get directed, forwarded towards the shop, and you can purchase the license. Here you see the license rules and what you have to release or what you have to take, and what the warnings are. That you can get a fine, and the fine is imposed immediately if you decide to release a fish that you were supposed to keep. And then last but not least we get the travel cost. So towards Texas it is free. However, if you want to go to Mudwater River in Missouri, you have to pay $1,500 for the travel. And to stay at the lake, you need to pay $300 a day. You can opt to stay for more days in a row. However, my advice is to always use only one day, and then if you decide to stay longer, to just extend your period of time. For the simple reason that sometimes real life calls you away from the game. It forces you to quit it earlier than you expected it to do. And that way you will either lose money if you already purchased a couple of days in advance. It's better to just stick with one day. But of course, if you for sure know that you want to fish 4 days in a row, 4 in-game days mind you, then you can already purchase that one. Alright, I believe I've covered everything, but let's hit the travel button, because I want to go over one more thing that has to do with the overview that we get when you do get to a lake. I know this vid is quite long already, my apologies for that, but I really think that this is something that will help a lot of the new players. Here we go. Here we've got the overview. Here we have the option to go to a random room, to a new friends only room. Means that only your friends can enter that room, no one else can. Or private room, so if you want to fish by yourself, click on that one. Here on events, it will list the events. For instance, if there are tournaments or competitions, it will show in here. But here we've got actually the same thing. So we got the weather forecast that you can look at. Then you get fish species that you can look at. You got licenses that we can look at. But this is the main thing that I wanted to show. Oh, here we get current trip, the current time that we have and on which day we are fishing. So it's day 1 and you start at 5 AM in the morning. But this button, leave, it means that you leave the lake. It does not mean that you quit the game. Please keep that in mind. I see a lot of players make this mistake thinking that they're quitting the game while they're actually leaving the map, and especially when you go to other places that cost you money to go there, you will lose money if you by accident hit this button. If you want to leave the lake, click on leave. If you want to quit the game, click on the cogwheel, then press quit, and then click on that one. I do hope that the developers of the game will change this. But yeah, please keep that one in mind. Now the final thing, so here we've got the overview of the lake. we've got some packs. Now this is still something that needs to be worked on because as you can see the text is cut off, but I will give you some info about the pack in particular. You can call them spots or pack. I'm just used to the word pack for it. But this one is Home Sweet Home because it's next to the house that you also saw in the tutorial. This one is Swampy Exploration. You start there, you can actually look across the bridge towards the house. And then here we've got Dam Road. So that is all you need to know about the interface so far. Like I said, I will go into more detail about the shop. Oh, we got an extra slide there. Also about events, the competitions in particular, but also tournaments. So I will talk more about those later on. But it's time to end this video. I hope you guys liked it, even though that it was a long watch. I'll try in my next videos to keep it more short. But I thought this was a good thing to show. And I hope you liked it. If you did, give this movie a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, by all means go ahead. If you want to see me fish live or play Fishing Planet live, go to twitch.tv/ladyofgames. Mind that the O in Lady of Games is 0, not the O. I'll generally stream between Monday and Thursday, so either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday. You can find me there. Alright. With that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm wishing you all tight lines. See you in my third vid, and that will be about starting at level 2. Bye bye!